There we go. Been pulled out into the ocean. What is up, everyone? It is Lovenji Gaming, and I am back with Populous The Beginnings Beta Tournament. This is game number 2, taking place on the map Pressure Point, with the standard 1v1 restrictions removed. Playing as the Dakini tribe in the Dakini position, we have Lucas, who is down 1 game against his opponent, playing as the Chumara tribe in the Chumara position, representing Clan Asgard. It is Keith52. I'm also joined by The Beginning, also known as Sub-Zero. How are you doing?
Fine, Craig's alright. That's my my name generally on YouTube. But yeah, I'm good. And we're looking at a fourth time's a charm. Fourth time we're playing this game because we couldn't get the game launched. But look at yellow and red here, both contesting the same kind of warming in the setup between blue and green space. Red's going to go towards blue naturally. Yellow's going to stick towards green.
I like to see that little bit of early contesting, you know. Even if you don't get those Braves back to your base, you whittle down on the amount of Braves your opponent gets, so long as your opponent isn't able to punish you.
Yeah, we can see we've got red going straight for warriors, trading them already, got a warrior out already, whereas yellow's going straight for fire warriors and get some fire warriors out. So if yellow can get the towers up, he can defend against early warriors quite easily.
He's gone for the cursed Braves as well, the ones that are stuck.
Oh, yeah, I was fed up of those. There's quite a few that just won't come out.
Indeed, one of the features of the new pathfinding, and it's being described as a feature, even though it's very problematic.
Is this new? Is this new pathfinder? Is it?
This is new pathfinding. Yes, the lag has been fixed, and so the games have.
Oh, I did not know that. So we could have turned it off.
You could have done, which is I didn't realise that's what was causing your Braves to do what they were doing in your tournament game.
Oh, right. So I can thank Inca for my defeat. Is that what you're saying?
You can absolutely thank Inca for your defeat.
Thanks, Inca.
And that's non-ironic, guys, because he did that pathfinding. Anyway, we've got a nice 5 convert from Keith at the front of Lucas's base. Lucas really isn't using those warriors.
He's stolen those fire warriors. Those warriors are just... Yeah, there's 6 of them there, just doing nothing. He could even send them to Green's base. Because obviously the shaman's at Yellow's base. He could send them to Green's base and just kill some Braves there if he could. But he's busy building towers in Blue's base. He's putting plans in his own base. Keith, trading warriors himself, converting his warman at the back of his own base. He's got 4 fire warriors there. He's got no towers up, though, which is surprising. He has got towers in the second base. We see this quite often, actually. Players generally kind of fortify the second base first because they're over there converting before they convert their own base. Yellow with red with fires and towers already, and we're going to see lots of converting here. Keith knows. We've played an hour-and-a-half game on this exact mode. He knows how important converting is, and I believe it'll probably give him the victory, because I don't know if Lucas has played this enough to realise how important it is. But he's trading. He's putting warrior huts everywhere. We can see one in the middle, on the side, and in his base. He knows then and one in blues. But he's got 4 warrior huts already. Lovenji. I don't know. I hope this pays off, because warriors are obviously key. But Keith with fire warriors in his towers all over the map. Shaman battle in the middle.
Does look like Keith is spotting out one of the warrior training huts, but there's so many on the map. But what's the point of having 4 warrior training huts if you're not going to use the warriors that you're training from it? It's the first question.
Look at the amount of blasts that these shamans have, actually. I mean, Red's managed to survive with a blast trick. That should be removed. Just saying. Moving on. Contentious.
It can be. With beta, that's an option. You can turn that on or off at your leisure.
It's so ridiculous. But
Red, how do you do the blast trick?
How do you do the blast trick? You don't walk north, which in itself is a stupid thing. The fact that the glitch has like a glitch. It's a glitch within the glitch, and it's a... I don't know. Anyway, warriors here. Getting in the yellow's base, but the yellow shaman is there, so they're just going to clean them out. Look at that. Them warriors are gone. Yellow, Keith running his men to Green's base, just in case. Lucas here, backtracking out to the centre of the map.
Keith's run his pop. He's evacuated all of his Braves down to his warrior training huts that he's built in the green base.
Yeah, but Keith got a warrior, in 2 warriors into Red's base, and has killed a ton of Braves over there. And again, he's getting some moss coming through the middle here. I'm pressing the hotkey for it, but I don't know how to bind it.
And Keith even gets a shaman kill as well. Throws out a light, catches Lucas on the hill, takes him down.
All right, so Keith's just going to defend his bases here. Then Warriors aren't going to... It doesn't need to send a shame today. Warriors aren't going to do anything, but there is a lot of Warbin, so he could take those. There's tons of Warbin in green space. You should definitely take some of them.
And that sounds like what he's doing as he throws out the convert spells. He's picking up even more Wildmen.
Yeah.
Definitely knows that they are the focus of this game, turning so many Braves into Warriors at the exact same time and almost neglecting to build the base properly. You know, he's got barely any structures, but you don't need them when there's 140 Wildmen floating around the map.
Well, yeah, I can attest to that. You kind of know that until you get to a certain point, the Wildmen are going to just keep respawning anyway, so you might as well do as much damage as you can with your men. I'm going to give you a population count here. We've got 44 for Lucas and 67 for Keith, but like I say, population can be quite insignificant at this stage of the match.
Indeed, all that is one good convert to swing it even further ahead in Keith's victory, or completely even it out for Lucas. We've seen some huge converts with the way the Wildmen group up on this map. Does it like Keith's going to finally take out this warrior hut? No, Lucas eventually clears it out. Throws out
Missed lightning there. Yeah.
Actually, knocks
Keith put a lot of
blasts
blasts getting into the base. Now Lucas has sort of neglected this side of his base for towers. He's got 2 towers on the front towards Keith's base, but he's got nothing here. Setting some fire warriors and warriors down to support his warriors. Probably shouldn't go next to the shaman because he might get blasted. Oh, Keith
nice
in the
blast.
water there. Yeah, from the tower.
Dipping into the tower, throwing down a blast onto the shaman who was stuck in combat. That warrior training hut has gone down completely.
Yeah, we've actually got Keith building huts now. He's trying to build huts in like a traditional way, which is something he pointed out to me. He said I should have done that in my game, which fair enough. So he's doing it quite early on. He wants to get a base built up in case, you know, he loses one. He's still got another base to fall back on with lots of men. That was one thing in our game, that Lucio had one base throughout the whole game, but his base was upgrading, getting lots of mana, and in the end, I sort of sacrificed my only advantage to stop him. So we'll see if Keith can kind of capitalise on that with his fully built bases if he does get them. Lots of warriors in the middle here, Lovenji.
Yes, big battle between the two sides of warriors. Although half of Keith's aren't actually participating in the battle, they decided it was more of a spectator sport. So Lucas is going to get a good few warrior kills.
The populations change all the time on this level. We've got 56 to Lucas and 63 to Keith, so quite even. And we look at base-wise, though, Keith has got the better base at the minute. He's got the green base has got huts and a warrior hut, and his main base has got warrior hut, fire hut, and towers. So, I mean, Lucas does sort of have control of the blue base, but right now he's got no fire warriors for the defense, and Keith could get some warriors in there and take it over quite quickly.
Big warrior push into Lucas's main base, and there's only a couple of fire warriors in towers. That's not enough to defend a base against that many warriors.
Oh, but look, he's got fire warriors and huts. That's huge.
They do make the difference in a warrior push.
That is huge. Them warriors are getting weaker by the second. They've killed some Braves, though. If they can get into the trading huts and take out the trading huts, then they'll probably have done their job. But right now, Lucas needs to get his fire warriors out the huts, I think, and chase them down. Run them away. If he runs them away and keeps them in the back of the base, stops them from being... oh, hang on. Warriors here from Red coming to clean them up. We've just seen Keith here. He's just converted the entirety of green space. Red's shaman is just sort of chilling in the middle.
Red was trying to build a little cheeky tower at the back of green space. That's getting torn down now. Leave a nice little patch of damaged ground when it's finished.
Yeah, Red Warriors have also mopped up those yellow warriors. Keith training more in the green base. We've got Lucas in the blue base. He's still got nothing there, really. He's very susceptible to some warriors that can come in. He's got a fire warrior hut here that's not training any men. His shaman's still in the centre, just not doing much. He could be out converting. There's warriors. What am I trying to say? Wildmen! There are wildmen in blues base that he could collect. But by being in the middle, he does have this presence where Keith doesn't know what he might be planning. But Keith here, his shaman, is just going to grab these. It's just free real estate, eventually.
I find a lot of players doing this. This is a very 1.03 technique where you have your shaman patrolling on the high ground, and the principal reason doing that is because she's actually very useful up there, whereas in 1.03 fire warriors aren't very helpful because they don't shoot over half the map. But
Yeah.
because this is beta, what I do like to see, and only a couple of players have done it, we've got a kill from Keith. That was a very nice light onto Lucas's Shaman. That could be a deciding light, to be fair. Keith might have good window to do damage here, and I'll come back to the point I was making in a second, because we've got warriors starting to move towards the middle. Are they just going to secure, or are they going on the
pulling
offensive?
them back. He's pulling them back. I don't know what he's thinking.
He's changed his mind.
Oh, his Shaman's coming that way. Maybe they're going to... They maybe could get into the front base. There's only one tower that they have to get past and then cause some havoc in Yellow's main base.
He's throwing out the tornado onto one of the warrior training huts, and he's even converting some of the wildies while he's there, because why not?
Yeah, if Red's not going to take them, then Keith's going to.
Oh, Keith's close to all those warriors.
Oh, what's he doing with these warriors? That's very, very costly. I don't know what he was thinking with those. Where's he trying to send them?
He's trying to deal with the yellow warriors that are pushing into his base, but there's only a couple of them, and he's lost all of his warriors for that.
That is huge. That is huge. Shaman back. Oh, there we go. Stopped by the invisible wall in the top there. In the sky.
Oh, ghosts are going to be sent forward to try and stop Keith climbing the hill. They do get the blast to send him rolling down the hill.
Well, there's tornado at the tower, but the fire isn't in the tower. The fire is not in the tower, and it's gone into the drink. What was Keith planning? Did he have a volcano? Did he have an earthquake? Because if he could have got an earthquake here, it would have done a lot of damage. He's only got 2 trading huts.
He'd be impressed if he'd managed a volcano in all of this.
Yeah. Yeah, I would have loved it.
The point that I was making before all of that action happened is because Fire Warriors now shoot over the what we call the horizon, you can build towers on the middle and actually secure it without needing to patrol your Shaman around the top of the hill, because those Fire Warriors can be a very oppressive force in the middle and secure that stone head and all the paths surrounding it for you.
Yeah, it is one of the good fixes. There are certainly some questionable changes.
Like pathfinding, by any chance, Craig?
Honestly, it must have been a good change because I hadn't even noticed it had changed. So and generally, that's a good thing with things like that. If you don't notice, it's bad. Then it's generally doing its job. But obviously, in my Dead Sea game, it did not do its job. Although I don't know if pathfinding is related to units running on the spot. Probably not. In that case, we can give Inca some slack.
Yes, units currently don't attack buildings correctly. We've seen it all throughout this tournament. It's probably the #1 bug that people have reported and want fixed because it significantly nerfs the attack rate of warriors.
Oh, he
dies.
knocked in the water there.
Fire warriors lining up the golf swing, sending Keith flying across the base, and a brave finishes him off. Lucas's Shaman has managed to survive. He needs to get away now before he gets... Oh, he's dead. That was very anticlimactic, that was.
Yeah.
Population update from Lutil, Lucas58, Keith91.
Yeah. Lucas has still not really got a defense in his main base. He's got fire in the hut still, but population-wise, Keith is way ahead, and there are wildmen on Keith's side here. So if he mops them up, he's going to get over 100 population. Green base as well. I mean, look at this. This is the base he controls. If he gets his Shaman over there and just takes them, and he as well, they are just... Wow. I mean, yeah, Keith's even taking over the blue base with warriors. So Keith just runs his Shaman, does a little lap around the map. You'll get maybe 3 times the population of Lucas, but maybe he doesn't even need to, because right now he's pushing it with his Shaman.
He's got to have earthquakes at this point.
He must have. He's desperately trying to get into the base.
He's been using his Shaman so heavily. He does go down with the light there, but he's been using his Shaman so heavily that he's holding onto earthquakes that he wants to use. You can tell.
Yeah, I think this is good as over. I mean, Keith's just got map control.
I think we've talked about this a little bit before in previous games, but you know, the Wildmen, they're good. They can keep you alive in a game for a very long time, but when your opponent has 2 fully built bases, and those bases start to upgrade, the overall world population goes up to a point where you can't survive on Wildmen, and it becomes a point where you're looking towards the state of your own base, and if you don't have a base, which Lucas doesn't really have that much of a base.
No, that's over. I mean, Keith hasn't been pressured, so he's had time to build his base. He's actually got his base spreads. over to the other base. So it's all like one continuous base now. And he's got 4 towers in the front towards red. All he needs to do now is secure the middle, and it'd just be so threatening. He's taking out blue's base with warriors. Reds, yeah, I mean, it's over. There's no else. Anyway, this could lose if I don't know if Keith falls asleep or just falls off his chair, falls down the stairs again or something. But you never know. It is Keith. You never know it is Keith. He can always do something to shock the stream and shock the viewers.
If someone was to pull out a reverse shocker, it would be Keith52. That's why we love him.
Yeah.
And all of these warriors, they've just cleaned up blue base presence. They're even
and Lucas's fire in the tower wasn't even told to target the shaman, so Keith just stood around while the warrior waited for the warrior to turn up. So I don't think Lucas just has what it takes to beat someone of Keith's caliber, unfortunately.
He's put in some good games so far, but yes, it's definitely shown the difference.
Good shot though by Lucas.
Oh, very nice shot. Bit too little, too late, but it's nice that he's still fighting on.
Yeah, we've got Lucas at 56 and Keith at 92, and there is still all those wildmen around, so I think Lucas needs to go and get them himself. Even stand a chance, but he can't get into the green base. And the blue base, yeah, I mean, okay. I've got nothing else to say, Lovenji. I just don't think Lucas has what it takes to come back from this, to be honest. The map control is too much. And you can see now Keith is actually building on the middle.
We've gone into worldview, and it just looks dire for Lucas, I'm afraid. You know, he's got one half-built, not fully upgraded red base compared to you know, 2 fully built bases.
2 full bases, yeah, and defended as well, yeah.
With defenses, and as you've said, Keith's not stopping there. He's got towers in the middle, you know. He could insult Lucas's honor and start praying for the Armageddon if he so wished.
Love to see it. I haven't seen any game where anything's been prayed yet. The volcano in Narrow Passage. I mean, fair enough. In the third games, it can happen because different maps. But on Narrow Passages of people, we've not seen anything prayed for.
We saw some land bridges prayed for in that amazing tying together game.
I don't know. I'm trying to ignore the third games. Just flashbacks to my recent Dead Sea game getting bloodless with bloodless warriors who were just useless. Don't make me relive it.
I won't. So we've got fire warriors moving towards the middle ground. I love getting to sneak that in there.
Keith's just in blue's base now, taking those wildmen.
Yeah, I mean, why not? If they're still there, if they're still spawning on the map, they're yours to take, right? You got as much map control as Keith52 does in this game.
Yeah, and he's still got the ones that are in green space. He could go and take them, but he might not even need to because red can't get them. His own base is going to produce, but I suppose it's one way of preventing red from getting a higher population.
Another light.
That's a shame it kills, yeah. But really, it's for nothing really because
it's just prolonging the inevitable at this point in the game.
He's going to come back in 40 seconds, and we've got actually Lucas pushing in the front of Keith's main base there with some warriors taking out the towers. His base is huge. It won't be long until we see him spreading towards blue base with his huts.
Yep, of course there is no building limit, so Keith is more than free to take control of the entire map if he so wishes.
Original game 80 plan building limit, and this game no plan building limit. Building plan limit, I should say. His shaman's come back now. He's heading towards, I guess, the strip between red and himself. Yep, he's heading that way. There's only a couple of towers. He's going to have enough mana now to take out these towers. A couple of lightnings. He'll be straight in with swarms. Red Shaman's just chilling in the middle. Going to head back now, seeing the danger, but it could be too little too late. There's one lightning. Blast on the brave. Another lightning on the other tower. Actually got a tornado.
Yep,
Let's see if the lightning for Red Shaman. Let's see. Red's missed the lightning. Another tornado on the tower. Keith Shaman's still alive. Managed to kill the Red Shaman. That's amazing. That's great play. That's great play. He took out he prioritized the tower with a tornado and dodged the Shaman's lightning and then blasted the Shaman into the water.
And that's probably the nail in the coffin for Lucas here.
Yeah.
Keith
Lucas and Argentina playing with a 250 ping. Not easy in these Shaman battles.
You've been in his shoes once, of course.
I have. Oh, Keith
Oh.
knocked into the water, but the last effort of that fire warrior managed to get him into the water. But
That's a Keith52 death if ever I've seen one. He is basically in, and he's so busy controlling his warriors that a single fire warrior pushes him into the water.
I feel his pain. I do. Warriors there from red, all clumped up, trying to mop up these troops. They're going to mop them up, but I just don't see it. Let me get a population count for you now, Lovenji. 80 for Lucas, actually. He's got himself up to 80 somehow. So his base is actually, you know, he's got a lot of fully upgraded huts. And he's producing Braves clearly, but map control not in his favour. Keith's still got 113 men, plus, you know, 2 fully built bases and heading his way towards blue. I mean, I would love to see an underdog story. Everyone loves an underdog story, but still don't see it. Lightning from yellow managed to survive there, Lucas.
Yeah, I do.
Less
the underdog story, and I more like to see the game 3s, the weird and wonderful maps that people pick, and how beta handles them.
Yeah, I was so pleased I didn't get 4 walls, because that would have been so boring, but maybe I would have done better. Lightning from red there onto yellow, Shaman. Yellow now going to make a move. We'll see what he can do, because yellow's got a lot of towers of fires in, a lot of warriors there for defense as well. Don't know how much mana Lucas could have saved. He's sending his warriors in, but yeah, he needs to wait until his shaman gets in. Maybe he could have taken out those fire warriors that are coming from him ideally. Now his shaman's going to get really... He could even get killed here by these fire warriors. My word. Whoa. Those warriors could have been used much better.
Fortunately, they shot her up the hill and not down, with therefore she didn't take as much falling damage as she could have.
That is true. The warriors have taken out the front there. They're going to pull them back, because Keith's shaman is due back at any moment. Best thing to do will be to attack the green base. If you think you have enough to take it, get through the towers, use your warriors to kill as many braves as possible. Take out some huts, but he's heading back to his own base because he knows if he's not there, Keith will just walk in, because Lucas's defense is not good.
If I was Lucas, I'd just start building towers on blue base. Not even try to build in the blue base itself, but just build towers there, because then if you can establish a line of defense, that becomes a slightly safer place to expand to.
Lucas has got up to 96 now, so his huts are doing the producing.
They certainly are. They're all large huts. Throws out a couple of lights. Does not find the shaman. Third light.
Go shaman! Go shaman!
And he gets the ghost with a blast.
Deceived him completely there. Deceived us as commentators. Didn't even see it going. Keith, that's a huge play. He's got his own warriors now. Going to mop up them red ones. Oh no, he hasn't. The red ones are taking out the yellow ones, but there are fire warriors from the towers. Red's gonna have to move them. Keith Shaman's ignoring them. He's got his own warriors and his shaman heading towards Red's base, which, as I've mentioned before, poor defense.
Yeah, there's just really nothing here to keep warriors out of the base, especially when you think all of Red's warriors aren't actually here. You've got one row of towers.
Lightning, he's got him! Oh my god, this game's going forever. Because Keith wants to get in there, and Keith wants to get in there and earthquake those huts. That's what he wants to do. So Lucas is trying to play this. It's a traditional PP game, but even then, he hasn't built fully in his base. His defense is weak. He hasn't pushed towards yellow's base here. He's just sort of hanging on right now. Keith hasn't pushed towards the blue base, which I thought he might have would have. Red's actually using his warriors on this side to try and get in that way, but yellow's got his own warriors and fire warriors defense. He's got some more warriors coming from the centre as well, so be no problem there. So I feel like we're delaying the inevitable.
Red is focusing on this base. Principal reason for that being, as I pinged, Keith has started to upgrade the huts at the back of green base.
Yeah, they're doing the upgrading themselves. He's got plenty of wood to do it. Doesn't need them. I mean, it's impossible to kind of manually upgrade all your huts when you've got so much going on. Shaman battle here on the side. Keith's missed the lightning. Lucas is just walking straight at him and missed the lightning from Lucas. Oh, he's pushing him into the towers. Oh, he's desperate. Oh, he couldn't get the earthquake off.
Keith goes down. Keith's really wanted to use that earthquake.
He did. He just wants to use it. Probably the best course of action now is to play this as if, you know, it is an all PP game. Start pushing up through here and just take out this line of defense and just get in. Because Lucas has only got this. If you can just push back he'll be content because he's got his warriors in blue base, which have taken out that, and now he's going to push down the side and take out the side with warriors. Lucas just going to slowly get compressed until Keith does just have to earthquake him and just push him back until he finally types that /surrender.
And it's definitely he is fighting an uphill struggle here. You know, it's good to see the tenacity, and he's hit some amazing lights. He's also missed some questionable lights. But,
well, that's it. The shame battles haven't been going Keith's way, but it doesn't have to when on a map that's so open, and Keith has so much map control. Oh, Keith getting at the towers are there. He's gone into the water again.
You know, Keith smells blood. He really wants to win this game, and he wants to win the game now. And in doing so, he's just playing it a touch too impatiently. I
feel like he knows he's won, and he's just sort of been a bit reckless now. Population-wise, there's not much in it still. Keith's only 30 ahead, which, to be fair, is quite a lot actually, considering he's got 3 bases, or 2 bases.
Well, the notable attribute...
still awful.
The notable attribute about the populations in this game is that finally, for one of the first, although I'm sure this has happened before, I've only found one wildman on the map. And he might have just died.
Keith just almost lost a load of fire warriors there. Keith's pushing up again now as Lucas notices his shaman. He has the lightnings. Keith with the ghost this time remembers the towers are there. He's got ghosts. No troop support with his shaman. Tornado from Lucas just to try and push the shaman back. Lightning. Oh, okay, red is dead now. What can Keith do? Can Keith actually come through, follow through with this attack? He's got some warriors with him. He's bringing out his fire warriors as well. He's just bringing everything with him. This should be it.
Throws down the ghost to distract the towers. He's finally going to push in with his shaman. Ooh, tornado on the first tower. Is he going to lightning any of the other towers? Warriors from the Dakini tribe are moving to intercept. Keith backs up with his shaman just a little bit.
I wouldn't sweat if Keith has a firestorm.
That's one earthquake.
And it's going to kill a few men as well. He's got some swarms. He's been desperate to get into the space. He's almost dead actually. There's no fire arrows from red left.
Lucas
Another earthquake. Yeah, he's just throwing them in now. Going to mess up the base. Earthquake, quite poor again. Quite fortunate for Lucas. Keith sending his warriors into the center, pulling them back now that Lucas' shaman is there.
Hopefully that's a warning to Lucas, and he goes, oh, my base is actually really easy to get in, and he just covers this entire strip in towers. Because you've got the wood to do it. You just need to get towers everywhere, row after row of towers. If you're going to camp, at least make the base you're camping in hard to access.
It didn't look like Keith's Earthquakes did much with that attack. Lucas has actually lost 28 men. He's down to 71. Keith's gone up to 139.
A lot of his warriors got burnt in that attack because they had been running forward to deal with Keith's troops, and so they got caught in that crossfire. Although it only took out one large hut in terms of structures, definitely got a lot of the fighting population.
Keith killing his own fire there, trying to be smart and blasted up the hill, but it didn't work. Lightning battle between both shamans here. Lucas's lightnings aren't working from this time. Keith's getting deeper in. He's pushed him in. Will he survive? He will. Earthquake. Surely he's going to cast another one. Has he got
Red
one?
is also alive. Lightning onto red changes that fact.
Keith dead.
Keith goes down.
Keith didn't have anything. Whew. Still, it's over. I mean, Keith's been higher population than Lucas since let's see, since 3 minutes 39. Keith's been higher in population.
Keith's had so much control. I don't know why he hasn't just gone, you know what, I've got 8 million warriors, why not just put 6 of them on the Armageddon, just to add that extra pressure. You know, make Lucas come to you. You don't have to go into a base when you have this much control.
Yeah, that's true. He could definitely go for the Armageddon and force Red out of his base.
I'd also like to see, you know, if Keith's really feeling his advantage, taking control of blue base. Blue base is there. It's asking to be built on by someone.
Yeah, Keith should have ended this a while ago, and Lucas should have surrendered a while ago. Right now, we're just seeing two tribes kind of, I don't know, kind of don't want to kill each other.
We're at a 30-minute pressure point game, and honestly, and I mean this with no disrespect to either of the players, this game has no right to be 30 minutes long. This was done quite a while ago. The fact that Keith is just dying constantly, although he hasn't died quite yet.
Oh, Ghost Shaman's coming in. I think that's his real Shaman going across there. No. Yeah, Ghost Shaman. What has been the longest pressure point so far, do you know?
I don't recall off the top of my head, actually. I feel like yours against Loot Hill was up there for one of them. And Inca versus Nation Bacon.
Yeah.
I believe was one you had the delight of casting.
I did. It was a great game. We've got a good game here from Lucas. We're going to see the surrender. Both good games are called. Well played to Keith. Good try from Lucas as well.
I don't know if I want to say well played to Keith. He did win.
We're going to see Keith advance to the next round where he has to play a Babbo. Is that correct?
That is correct.